Hello everyone. Welcome to Monday Management Talk Season 1 episode number 9. I am glad to announce that this channel has crossed 100 subscribers and have maintained the consistent growth of audience. All thanks to the viewers of this channel for their love and support. I can understand last 3 episodes were brain teasing. You must have put a lot of focus to go over those episodes. At the same time, project planning on 3 important project parameters: scope, time and cost needs attention to detail to make it perfect. One missed or extra assumption can make the entire project planning for a toss, and you need to do it all over again. The perfection with planning comes with practice, and believe me, all these concepts are mostly common sense, but has a great potential to bring the project delivery to the next level if everything is done with perfection. Similar to the planning for scope, time and cost, today we are going to talk about communications planning. And before we get started, let's see a small recap of episode number 8. Hi folks, welcome back. Today in this episode we are going to talk about the importance of communication and communication planning. Yes, project manager carry this important responsibility of setting the communication plan for the project and for the project team members. The communication plan is nothing but setting the rhythm of communication, connecting to the right point of contact in dealing with any situation, and create opportunities for team members to exchange information with each other in appropriate way. Let's see ahead what are the important aspects of communication planning. Let's see what is communication channel. Communication channel is a path of communication between two members in the project. It can be of 3 types. Number 1, it can be a one-on-one discussion between two members. Number 2, it can be a seminar or a presentation where one person is interacting with multiple members. Number 3, it can be a group discussion or a social gathering where multiple people are interacting with each other. Communication can take place in multiple forms. So, to calculate the maximum stretch to manage and control, there is a formula to calculate the number of channels in a given project. The formula is n multiplied by n-1 divided by 2. Let's take an example. If you have 6 members in the project, the total number of channels will be 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 2 is equal to 15. There can be 15 communication channels which can take place in the project. Isn't this huge? Let's see what are the different kinds of communication modes used in today's world. Project team members have been located remotely in today's scenario, and the influence of communication using technology is innate, which cannot be taken out of the system. Different modes of communication have been opted by current project teams, which are: number 1 is face-to-face communication. It is a way of having direct verbal communication with another member of the project. Number 2 is email. Email is considered to be the most professional way of communication since many years. It's a way of formal communication mode for sharing project updates, reports, or any other kind of important information you need to share. Number 3 is online meetings. Meetings conducted online are formal gatherings within project team, conducted by meeting coordinator, and it has a set agenda to cover within a limited span of time. Number 4 is personal messages. It's another way of direct communication. This includes sharing of documents, artifacts, internet links, and media content. Number 5 is group chats. Group chats are considered to be the most effective, fast, and lightweight conversation mode. Sharing information, or artifacts via group chat have seen better acceptance, usage, and response time compared to other communication modes. So, having so many communication channels and modes, the important aspect for project manager is to narrow down into few of them, which the team will use for the project communication. Using all of them and having multiple modes can create a chaos, and we definitely do not want that to happen. Project Manager helps in selecting the right tools based on the project scenario and set the appropriate guidelines for using them. Now, let's see what includes in communication planning. The communication plan comprises of what really is needed to be accomplished as part of setting up the right communication model for the project. Let's cover this with the help of these questions. Number 1 is when. When do we think the certain set of communication should be triggered? Whether it should be on a specific date and time or having a recurrence on certain time intervals. For example, a ad hoc catch-up, daily stand-ups, weekly status reports, or monthly project reviews. Number 2 question is why. This clarifies what purpose is getting solved by doing the communication at required intervals. Example is awareness, gaining interest of right stakeholders, intrinsic action required to be taken, raising an alarm on different situations, or request for help and support. Number 3 is how. This covers communication modes which we discussed. The mode is chosen based on the response time you expect and also based upon the importance of the message. Choosing the right mode for a message to be transferred is utmost important to gain required attention. Number 4 question is what. This covers what message is sent as part of the communication. Example, it can be an action item for a team member, project updates, a generic message, or an important note. The message in the communication makes the sender and the receiver accountable of that information. And the last 2 questions are who and to whom. This covers who is responsible to send the information and who is responsible to receive and consume the information. The source and the target audience of the message are very important to be understood before communication is sent. From my experience, this is the most important when you intend to broadcast the information to a group, while making sure all important stakeholders are part of that group. After covering 6 basic questions for creating a communication plan, there are still some important aspects of communication which needs to be taken care of. Number 1 is flow. The information is transmitted through communication channels. This information flow is important between the people who are working on the same module and also sharing the progress with the entire team. Number 2 is escalation path. The escalation path is needed to pull the right authority to resolve any problem. The case or a query follow through an escalation path to bring the attention and also control the information flow to avoid sending message to the non-required audience for a given situation. Number 3 is glossary. It is about the terminology used by the project team members in a given context of the project being undertaken. The short names or the acronyms should be made aware by the entire project team. Number 4 is templates. Templates helps to avoid reinventing the wheel in deciding how to write or describe the particular information. Example, the status report template. We just need to use the template to fill the information and send it. Alterations are avoided to be made in a template as much as possible. Number 5 is importance. While sending an important message, it is required that message should be marked as important so that required attention is received. Sometimes we also mark the message as urgent to receive immediate response. Number 6 is integrity. Sender of the message needs to hold the ownership of sending the particular information. integrity lies in the message defines it to be correct, came from a true source and informative, which can be consumed with the trust to react, respond, and do certain actions. Number 7 is barriers. Communication barriers are to be considered while transiting the information. Example are language barriers, technology challenges, role-based access controls, etc. Taking them into consideration is of utmost importance in order to achieve the successful reception of the message by the right audience. Number 8 is language. Language of communication is of most important. Sometimes we work in a diverse groups from various parts of the world, so that having a common language would make more sense. English is the most common language used in the corporate setting, but it is required to have translation service used to help and serve the countries which are from non-English speaking regions. And lastly is empathy. This plays the most significant role. Having empathy in communication makes the understanding of need and importance of the message implies to both the sender and the receiver. Information are exchanged to achieve the greater good, maintain relationships, have respect for individual, and on top of all to achieve the goal of the project. It's time for some action item. Prepare the communication plan for the project covering the 6 parts of communication plan and narrow down the communication modes that you will use for the project. Also, try to reflect upon the 9 important aspects covered in this episode. This will make it realize why communication planning is so important to achieve success in the project. So friends, this was all about communication planning. I believe this episode must have been an eye-opener for you in many aspects. A very simple thing of communication can carry so much weightage in the project planning. You can imagine how a wrong information flow can impact so much in the project execution. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and I wish you subscribe to this channel for more content on project management. The next episode will be on stakeholder management and I will meet you in the next one. This content is also available on other social media platforms. Links are given in the description. I wish we stay connected. That's all for this episode. Have a great day. Bye bye.